stage, your child will need to wear makeup. The lights are really bright on the stage, and without makeup, we're not going to be able to see the features on your child's face. So even though they're very small, we do definitely need them to wear stage makeup. You're going to need a foundation, a little bit darker than the natural colour of their own skin tone. It may be liquid or it may be a pancake base. You're going to need a powder to set the foundation, because they are going to get hot and sweaty under those lights, and it will just help to stop the shine on their face. You're going to need some blusher for their cheeks, and some eyeshadows and eyeliners and mascara for their eyes. Another couple of things to have handy are some baby wipes and some cotton tips. Palettes like these from Priceline are quite handy if you really don't know where to begin. This is from a make called Models Prefer. They come out just before Christmas time, and that was $20, and you've got a whole range of eyeshadows and blushes in there, and a little mini mascara, which is handy for that single use. So for our stage makeup, we're just using browns for the eyes, definitely no blue eyeshadows from anybody, and we don't want any glitter around the eyes or in the makeup whatsoever. We're going for a very professional, polished, finished look. So we need to make a good base for the foundation. So I just put a little bit of moisturiser onto her face, first of all, just so that it gives a nice even skin tone when you put the foundation on. There we go. That's super. And rub that in there. After putting on the moisturiser, I just pop a little bit of tissue over the face just to take away any excess there. So I just use my own foundation because it's cheaper, and mine is a liquid one. So just onto the face. So some people do use sponges. Personally, I find fingers to be hygienic and clean, and they'll fit into all the contours of the face. You do need to make sure that it is blended down under the chin and the neck, especially as we're using that shade that's a little bit darker than their own skin tone. Up for me. Oh, under the eyes. Look up, please. Open your eyes. So just set that with a little powder. You might use powder that is tinted. Can you turn your face that way, please? That's just going to help to set that foundation. Next we're going to go onto the eyes. So I'm going to give her eyebrows a little brush in an upwards stroke so that it takes them away from the eyes. Now, if your child is very fair, you are going to need to fill in their eyebrows. Now, I'm going to use a pack by Maybelline that is easy to find from high street stores. It is called Natural Smokes, and the number is O2Q. So the pack comes with little applicators inside, which is handy as well. So first of all, it tells you on here, number 1, base. We're going to use this colour all over the eyelids and all the way up to the brow. So when we highlight right underneath the brow like this, it's going to give the appearance of those eyes looking a little bit wider. Keep your eyes nice and soft for me. The difficulty with doing children and their eyes is that they screw them up. So just it helps if they just keep them nice and soft. That's it. So next we're going to put a deeper colour into the crease of the eyelid. So it tells me on here which one is the crease, this darker brown. And that's going to go just in the crease of the eye socket. Don't put it all the way into the corner, or they're going to look like they've got very deep set eyes. Don't screw your eyes up, please. Nice and soft. Taking a little brush, we're just going to soften that line out a little bit. Open your eyes up. Then we're going to take the darkest colour and we're going to pop that into the outer edge corner of the eyes. So just making like a little tick from the outside edge, joining up. Up there, and again blending that in. Open your eyelid for me. And this side, it's a nice soft eye, so just the outer edge of the eye. Making that little tick and softening it with the brush. So we do want it to be really, really nice and dark in those corners over there. So once you've softened it, I'd go back in again for a second round. Next we want to use an eyeliner. A liquid eyeliner is going to stay in place really well for the purpose of the stage. So again, I've just used a Maybelline liquid liner, available in all your high street stores. If your child has fairer skin, you might not want to use a liquid eyeliner because it might actually look a bit too heavy. Maybe look to use a dark brown eye pencil instead. So the liquid eyeliner has a really fine pen inside it, so don't be too afraid of using it. Just wipe off the excess around the edge. So you want to close your eye for me, Alicia. Lift your chin, and you want to just take hold of their eyebrow, pull it up a little bit so that stretches the skin around the area. And we're going to go, don't try, I know it tickles. And we're going to go upwards, following the line of that tick. And a little bit more. Okay. So again, lifting up that eyebrow a little bit, going right in. We're making the line thinner at that inner corner of the eye and thicker towards the outer edge of the eye, coming up into that little flick over there. You should be able to see the difference between the eye that's done and the eye that's not. It is always tricky to do the other eye. Can you turn your head a little bit this way? Lifting up in that outer edge. So again, telling them when it's going to tickle. And thinner. So always start with a thinner line and you can add on to it. Following the line of that tick. Lift your head up a little bit, darling. So next we need to put mascara onto the eyelashes. For our junior dancers, we don't use false eyelashes. For those children who are intermediate and senior, we do recommend that they use false eyelashes. But for now, we're just going to use mascara. Remembering not to share mascara with your little one, it's not very hygienic. So in that little kit that I got with all the eyeshadows in, this individual use mascara came in that, which is quite handy. So lifting their head up. So again, you want to get them to, you to lift their eyebrow up, and they're going to look down. So look down for me, Alicia. There we go. So they're going to see that. Now can you close your eye? And as she closes the eye, and again lift it up, look down, close your eye. Because this is often tricky with smaller children because they blink and then the brush goes in their eye. So if you get them to close around the brush, close your eye. It helps a little bit. So you want a couple of coats of mascara, again lifting up. Try and get as close in underneath here as possible. Close your eye. Go. All set. Some people like to put, just lift your eye up a little bit, look up for me. Some people like to put a little bit along the outer edge of those lower lashes as well, just to define that. So lifting the eye up and then get them to look down. Close your eye and close your eyes. This is actually such a small brush that it's a little bit easier than with a full size mascara. I'm just going to take a little bit of my darkest eyeshadow and again looking up, just brush it a little bit on the outer edge of the eye. Just going to make those eyes look nice and big. Moving on to blusher. You can simply just put the pink blush on the apples of the cheeks. If you want to go a little bit more for a stage look, you can add a tiny bit of definition. A whiter colour just above the cheekbone and a bronze colour just under the cheekbone. So to show you what I mean with that, I'm just going to take some of the same base eyeshadow that I used, the creamy colour, tip of my finger, rub it on, and I'm just going to pop it just above the cheekbone there. A bronze colour, just dust off the excess before you place it onto the skin, and just sort of from the around the ear, just under that cheekbone. Just add a little bit of a darker line. So from the stage, this is going to look as if you got higher cheeks. I'm going to take my pink blush, again dusting off the excess, and just pop that onto the apples of her cheeks, blending it in with the bronze. Next, moving on to lipstick. So make sure they've still got some of that foundation on their lips. So we need to use the lip liner first of all. So again, this is tricky on small people because they've only got little lips. So just stretch your lips out a little bit for me, Alicia, guys. Yeah. And I'm just going to draw the line of her lip. And then I'm going to colour it in a little bit so that the lipstick sticks to this. Stretch your lips out. And top lip. The lip pencil does need to be nice and sharp, so you get a clear line. So we've made a base on the lips with the lip liner. Now we're going to fill it in with the lipstick. If you can use a lip brush, it's much easier, especially with small lips. Obviously the size of that lipstick, if I try and put that on, it's just going to go outside of her lip line. So a little lip brush. Again, these are just found in your price line kind of stores. Open your lips up for me, nice and wide. Stretch them out, big smiles. That's it. To make sure no lipstick goes onto their teeth, take a finger, pop it in, close the lips around, pull it out, ta-da! Wipe off that little bit around the edge. And there we have some stage makeup. So you can see that her eyes are defined and her lips are defined, which will be great for the lights on the stage.